now.
Are we ready now?
Yes.
Okay. Hello, my name is Cornelia Palmer. I was born Cornelia Dolan. My parents were Godwin and Delia Dolan. I was born August 5th in 1834. When I was 19, I married A.O. Palmer, and we had a son and a daughter. But those details of my life are pretty ordinary. What I'm here today to tell you about is how I became a millionaires in 1901. I was living a quiet life in Irving, a 66-year-old widow, when I learned that my uncle, Henry Dolan, in New York City had died and left his estate to my two sisters and myself. The income was from the rental properties he owned in New York City. In 1901, his estate was estimated to be valued at $8 million. So once I learned of this money, I became somewhat of a recluse and stuck pretty close to home, because I learned very soon that once people know that you have money, everyone is your friend and wants to help you spend that money. But I chose to stick to myself, stay at home, and decide how I wanted to spend my money. I chose to use my money to build a new city hall for Irving, a new jail, a new city park with a bandstand, and a new Knights of Pythias hall. Knights of Pythias was founded by Justice Rathbone in 1864. Mr. Rathbone and I were friends in our earlier life, so I always had a soft spot for the Knights of Pythias. The Masonic Lodge in Irving had built a new hall, and so I felt it only right that the Knights of Pythias have a new hall also. This two-story limestone structure was top of the line. It was completed in 1913 and cost $10,000 to build. It was a two-story limestone building. The first floor had an auditorium, a reception room, a kitchen, and a dining room. On the second floor, it was one of the finest lodge halls in the country. It had a state-of-the-art appliances, a furnace, and 130 electrical dimmable theatrical lights. This Knights of Pythias Hall was also called Castle Hall. The Knights like to call it a castle because they are knights. The dedication of the Knights of Pythias Hall was on New Year's Eve of 1913. It was a grand affair. The Irving Orchestra played. Yes, Irving had an orchestra. The quartet from Washburn University performed. There were speeches. There was food. There were flowers. It was so festive. Oh, I didn't attend. What business does an almost 80-year-old woman have being out on New Year's Eve? I did send flowers, lots of flowers. I heard they were beautiful. Another thing I loved to do with my money was spend it buying dolls and toys for all the little children that I knew and the ones I didn't know. Did I spend that money on myself? Well, yeah, I bought flowers, lots of flowers. Okay, I love flowers. Luckily, I died in 1921. I say luckily because decades after I had passed away, it would have broken my heart to see everything I had built destroyed by the Tuttle Creek Dam and the big dam foolishness. I changed that.